I have as intense experiences as everyone else. I have a visual mind, I have a creative mind, distractions come, but there is a dimension of this moment that is totally unaffected. And what is usually the process, which I can hear from the stories, is that the mind, there is a part of our mind, it's called the ego. I don't like that name, but there is a part of our identity that when we bring attention to our truth, this part of our identity, a part of the mind, will feel it's scary, or it doesn't want to lose attention. It's almost like a little child, quite innocent, but it has for so long imagined to be you. It has for so long been the source of navigation and the source of your identity. And when we remove attention from this child, when we move attention to our truth, this part of our mind will do different strategies to get attention back. And whatever it knows will be used, whatever it knows works. So this mind is not any random stranger trying to know you. It is what your mind is made of. It knows the depth of your subconscious. So this mind, as you start this awakening process and bringing attention to the presence of your truer dimension, this small mind can do both. Let's say, I usually call it candy. It can create amazing visuals and dreams to get your attention. Like, now, when I know my true self, I'm going to manifest a certain life and it's going to be so amazing, and da da da. It can bring out those kinds of dreams to just get your attention back. Or it plays the other side of fear. What if life becomes pointless and I am nothing and I cannot connect to anyone and I'm disconnected and da da da? It will do both. It will do whatever works to scare you to give attention to your self-image, and whatever brings attention to this thing with positivity. Both of which is only a cry for attention so that you go back into forgetfulness of who you truly are. And this is one of the challenges that comes with most practices that work. Vipassana and other traditions, deep meditations, although whatever methods that have the capacity to bring attention from the ego to the true self, that process is never very comfortable the whole way or very flowy. It usually has ups and downs, and it has points where it feels like there is no progress, and there is points which I also fell into where my mind basically created, let's say my ego created a heaven-like surrounding environment, life, for a few weeks, just for my attention to not go to self. When the first time I discovered this nothingness, my state becomes so blissful, and I thought that was being the self, but no, that was the escape of the self. That was the distraction. I could read people's mind. I could feel more attractive. It was almost like I was constantly high. But I realized afterwards that that was how my ego got my attention back. Because my attention was going to something way bigger and more beautiful and lasting. And suddenly this little ego that was so used to be me did everything it could to gain attention back. And it did for a couple of years before I discovered what happened.